This is actual bank footage. And this is an ATM scam. This is the newest ATM scam that is around. There's a number of bank footages. The reason for the year on this one, it's crystal clear as to what happens here. We catch every bit of the crime, so that's why we use this one. We like the photos in it. But what you'll see in this first slide is an individual looks like he's making a bank transaction. He's not. What he is he's inside an ATM machine, and he is placing what we call a trap, okay, in the machine. He's taking a little piece of X-ray film tape that's thin, and I'll show you at the end. But what it's going to do is, it's going to block the magnetic strip on your card. This here magnetic strip is what the machine reads. So what happens is with X-ray film that blocks over this, when you stick your card in, it doesn't read this, so it don't spit your card back out. So the machine holds your card. All right? So that's what this gentleman here is doing. He's setting it up for the next user that comes in the door. So when they put their magnetic strip in, it's not going to be able to be read, and it's going to get stuck in the machine. They always use a lookout. Realize that there's always a lookout. These people never operate alone. That's why these crimes are very dangerous, because you got to realize there's somebody outside watching for us and looking for the next would-be victim. And that's what they're doing. They're looking for police, eyewitnesses, or victims. And that's what you see this gentleman on the outside doing. Next comes in the victim. Brings in the card, takes the card, puts it in, the X-ray film blocks this, and the victim's card gets stuck in the machine. Once the card gets stuck in the machine, it's just normal that every other victim, is confused. Why? What's going on? What's wrong with this machine? It normally works. Don't forget, probably gone there 100 times, puts the card in. It's a routine like we all do. 5 minutes, I'm waiting for my money, I want to go home. Here's what you see in the background. If you look in the shade there, the criminals are on their way in to help. That's where the problem becomes an issue. They're not going to hurt this individual. What they're going to do is con and trick and scam. This is all about cons and scams and tricks. These are not people that want to put a gun in your back. These are people that try and trick you. Well, here's what you got. You have the Good Samaritan criminal come in to offer help. And they go through telling him what happened, and they have this conversation, and he tells them that this happened to him, and he's going to try and gain his PIN number, the victim's PIN number. And what he does is, he tells him that this has happened to him before, and if he punches his PIN number in at the same time the criminal presses 2 buttons, we've had it where you put it in 4 times, and they use a mirror up on the top. But basically, you're stuck now. Your card's in the machine. You're not thinking. Somebody behind you is saying, I'm going to help you. Well, what do you think? You start pressing, they start pressing, they start pressing. Some banks have a limit of 500, but some banks have a limit where you can get a lot of money, up to a few thousand. And what happens is after the 4 times, obviously, it doesn't work. Helpless situation. Hopeless. They said the victim and the criminal walk out of the ATM machine, and as soon as he gets far enough away, our friend goes back in to recover his ATM machine and take out the money. And he walks away with the $4,000 in the victim's card. All right? Here's what they place in there. That's the little piece of X-ray tape. It's nothing more than a little lip that goes up onto the machine. This X-ray film goes up onto the black part where you put your card, and it loops in. They stick it in with the card, and then they loop it onto the bottom. So if you were to look at an ATM machine, your card was stuck in, you would see that little lip of tape on the top and on the bottom of the machine. Obviously, you can pull it, and you pull it out, you pull your card out. But you're now dealing with, you're confronted by 2 people that you just, now, most likely they're going to go the other direction, but do you really want to deal with that? Well, what's in that machine with that X-ray tape? They can't do anything with that card. That's what we try and tell our people out in the community. Let them have the card with the X-ray tape, because you're going to cancel the card. the best thing to do is, you now know the card went in, they're not going to give up. Walk out, go away, no thank you, Mom, my card got stuck, I'll call the bank tomorrow. Dial 911 so we can come and grab hold of these people. Because just pulling that tape out is not going to help. You're only going to be confronted. And like I said, it just sits on that lip right here and holds over the magnetic
So
stuff.
you pull the tape out and the card comes out.
Your card comes back out. He watched you press 4 times. He now knows your number.
But if you don't give him the PIN, he can't use it.
Yeah, but exactly. So if that card goes in and you see the tape, you know something's wrong. Walk out. If somebody says, can I help? No, you can't help me. My card's stuck in there. I'm calling the bank. Get in your car, dial 911, let us come down. We'll pull the tape out. And we'll pull them into handcuffs as well. That's the way it works. Don't try and confront these people. That's why we want to get these types of scams and things that are out there. Could you imagine if the identity theft and the people that come up with this really use their mind in the business world? I mean, that's the shame. They could probably make millions of dollars. I couldn't think of this if you gave me months to sit there with an ATM machine to try. It's X-ray film tape that will not allow the read to go through. It's like taking film.